Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two teams here playing for pride as the final week of the NFL season is underway. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. 180. Hey, watch the slant. Check 99. Check 99.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4.
Watch the twist. Twist on travel. Kill.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
180. Mike 50. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
They run it with Carson. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
All right, now. Black 80. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And he'll get this pretty close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 18-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards. Now Rosen on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Andy Janovich, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A first half update now from Philadelphia, and the Eagles out in front early. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver 1st down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Roethlisberger will throw. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 22. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From midfield now, here's Rosen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Rosen. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete.
We play to win. Let's go.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Broncos.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the 16, Rosen. Got a man open. It's Sutton. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. They'll run with Lindsey. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Rosen. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Rosen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They saw the double coverage on him. Made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And McManus able to put it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, nothing.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
At the 49-yard line.
And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it's going to be 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Ready?
Now Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 15-yard line. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now a give right side. It's Carson. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Roethlisberger toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Come on, QB, come on.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
On first down, Lindsey. And some room to maneuver. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Caught by Jones. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now it's Rosen. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown Broncos.
Give me the ball every time, fellas.
Cortland Sutton, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first and 10. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Here's Roethlisberger. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. They go draw play. This is Samuels. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him. It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Now it's Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it second and 12. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's Lindsey. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Freeman again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, it's Freeman. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The kick by McManus is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. There's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Taking it about the 16. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Philip Lindsay, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Army. Check 52.
Now a carry for Lindsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I got you, boy.
First down.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Lindsey, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey, and they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. And McManus able to put it through, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
3rd and 10.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Ricky.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Well, still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
180. Let's go. Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Come on, let's go.
On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Shady weapon. Shit.
Now Roethlisberger down around his goal line. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And Ben goes down in the end zone, and that'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 2nd down, Freeman. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check 55 to Mike. You ain't doing nothing today.
On 3rd down, it's Freeman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll run on first down. Freeman. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Right there in the middle, 55. Check pass, check pass.
On 3rd down. Boom. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll go with Boone. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So out comes the field goal team once more. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by McManus is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's Roethlisberger. Now a desperation throw. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
180. Check 55 to Mike. Let's go, D. Let's go.
And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they're going to bottom out here to wrap up this very forgettable season at 2-14. And it's fair to say wholesale changes will be forthcoming in the very near future. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.